everyone. Welcome back. Here with Gaunt. My name is LMA, and I'm here with
Gaunt.
Gone.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
All right, so what do I need to know about Gaunt? Who are you guys?
We're Gaunt. We are a hardcore kind of new metal, whatever the fuck you want to call it, band. We're from Boulder. Play Boulder, Denver, whatever. Yeah.
We play across the world, actually.
Really?
Yeah, we're worldwide.
What? That's insane. All right,
Just Tokyo, though.
so tell me your name.
Trevor.
What's your name?
I'm Coltrane. Jude.
Henry.
Awesome. And how'd you guys meet?
So me and Trevor and Henry all went to high school together.
It's true.
And I met Jude through our manager, Alma.
Yeah. Shout out to Alma. Should be here.
Our informal, formal manager, Alma. Yeah. And he also goes to C. I used to go to C.
And you guys just decided to be in a band, or?
So I didn't really talk to Coltrane a lot in high school. We were like acquaintances. We were in a few classes together, and like we had friends. But he just like posted on a Snap one day. He was like, "I want to make a band. I need a bass player and a guitar player and a drummer." And I just texted him because I've been playing bass for a while. And I was interested, so we linked up through that, and we had different original members, but
Yeah.
it was just Coltrane had creative spirit.
More background on that. So he's like our sound guy now. We might get him on like a DJ thing in the future. Josh, he was actually our first drummer, and then he moved to guitar, and now he's like behind the scenes. But anyways, shout out Josh. Me and him worked together at the security office, and I had a bunch of songs that I was writing because our oldest songs are like from fucking like early 2020, like 2021, and like just kind of stuff I would do in like my bedroom, and I wanted to be able to play it with people, and so yeah, that's kind of how we started.
So what is the message of Gaunt? What should I know about you guys? What are you trying to tell the world right now?
We have a couple things. I'd say as a band, just like immediately, a lot of what we want to do is bring, like I said just now, bring hardcore
back to Boulder.
bring hardcore back to Boulder. I got into this scene because of Blue House. If you remember Blue House, you know.
No, tell me about Blue House.
Blue House was this cool ass venue down the street actually. It's like a little house venue. Some people like ran it. I saw like Sewer Slide and Edith Pike and Uko's Hammer there. That was my first show, and I met some really great homies there. Shout out Issa, shout out Kayla, shout out all of them. And we met them there, and we started getting into the scene. Then we went to 7th and stuff. But anyways, there was Blue House in Boulder, and so like that's the way I got into it. If Blue House wasn't there, I would have never probably made it into the hardcore scene here, because like I was always into heavy music, and I always wished that I could go to shows, and I just thought that was like dead and something that didn't happen anymore until I saw Blue House. It's like, oh, there's people doing DIY shit, there's people doing this, I need to be a part of it.
And you want to make that change and make it like a wider scope thing. I actually think it's really interesting, you guys, like being in college and being in like the Boulder area, that you're trying to bring the scene to like college campuses. So what's that like? Have you done house shows or?
We did a little like show up on the field over here.
Sure.
And we just put some flyers out, and we played at like 10 at night on a school night, and then the cops came and kicked us off. That was our first shot trying to play.
Yeah, we just ran over there, fucking set up our PAs and played. We played 4 songs.
4 songs in, cops came up with their flashlights and shit and shut us down. And Jude hit like a nasty pinch harmonic in the officer's face. It was pretty gnarly.
Your song "Burn," which you just played at our practice set, it reminds me a lot of like Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
Is that the inspiration? Okay, that was awesome. But tell me about that song.
That one's funny. I just wrote it, like, the riff and all that was, like, definitely me trying to be like, okay, how do I write a Limp Bizkit riff? And then it happened. So, yeah, I'm a total fraud and a ripoff. But I wanted something bouncy and fun. I wanted to try to make it a little more, like...
Yeah, I like the breakdown.
Yeah, more hardcore than Limp Bizkit, a little more raw, but still with like the bounce. Cause like I like shit that you can jump around to, and like if you can do that and you can mosh and maybe spin kick to it, like I feel like that's a pretty good mix. I like very active music.
Yeah, and I think that's like a general kind of intention with a lot of our songs. It's supposed to be like heavier nu metal, so they have like the catchiness and like that widespread appeal of nu metal. So like Blow Your Lungs Out is basically a rip of Deftones, but then it's also a little bit more hardcore, and so it blends the two. You get like those nice like melodic parts of nu metal, but then you also get like
about to say influence.
It's influenced.
Influence.
Yeah.
Just like how Burner's influenced by Limp Bizkit.
It's not a rip. It's an influence. We made it
I
our
just said it's a rip. Similar.
So on the lines of Limp Bizkit, what are your other like musical inspirations right now? Like, what are your biggest bands? What are you super into right now?
I mean, I think it's kind of interesting because I think that overall we all have like different passions for different kinds of music. So like So like I started getting into heavy music with like System of a Down and shit like that, but I moved on to like pop punk. So I love Blink, and then I got into like metalcore, so Bring Me the Horizon and shit like that. My first heavy show was Wage War. Like, that's kind of how I got into this kind of stuff, and now my biggest ones are like, I really love Drain. I got into Turnstile because I saw them with Blink last year.
Oh, what?
But yeah, I've been getting into a lot more like hardcore. Lately, we just all 3 of us, not Henry, we left him out, but we went and saw Knocked Loose play with Tsunami, Show Me the Body.
Nah, Speed, not Tsunami.
Oh, you're right, Speed. Yeah, no, I'm fucking dumb. But yeah, I'm wearing the shirt. Anyways, yeah. So that's kind of what we've been up to lately as far as shows go.
Nice. And then your influences?
As far as a lot of early stuff with writing, I'd say Deftones was a big one. I know that's Deftones. Anyways, Deftones, Limp Bizkit.
What about Deftones? Is it just like the slow, like the?
I like the.
Sophie has a Deftones shirt on.
Huh? Oh, fuck yeah. But I like their earlier stuff, like the first 2 albums, when it's like very aggressive. I can understand why people like the other stuff that's a little bit like softer, but I just, My Own Summer and like everything off of Adrenaline is just like, it's like in your face and like really aggressive, but it's like moody. It's kind of sad because I have always liked either really angry or really sad music, and I feel like they're a really good combination of both, so that's a big inspiration. Me and Jude both really like Acid Bath right now.
They're so sick, dude.
10 to the Chest, as far as local shit, 10 to the Chest.
Jude and I saw them last week. Jude and I saw them.
I was at the Polish show. It's at the y'all.
Yeah, we saw 10 to the Chest. Yeah, we met the drummer, and then we also met the singer for Alistair Cowboy at that show, and he went up on stage and did like a vocal feature during 10 to the Chest, and then he fucking stage dove off at the summit. So like there was like a gap because there's security there. They have a barrier at that venue, and he fucking stage dove after his vocal feature, and I think he hit fucking ground.
Oh yeah. He smacked the ground, bro. He fucking hit it and just like spun on the.
All right, Jude, your biggest influence.
Big wiggle.
Currently.
I'm very much a classic type of rock dude. I like jam bands. I like Allman Brothers, Grateful Dead. They give me shit for it, but I love that shit.
Me too.
I love Tool, bro. Tool's a great band.
Respect the Tool.
Tool.
We all love Tool.
And I've been recently I kind of joined the scene, so they've been kind of putting me on new music and stuff. I like Throne a lot. They're sick. We saw them the other day, actually. Acid Bath is sick as fuck too, but I definitely like more of that classic rock type of vibe.
Sure. All right, and you, Henry?
I would say as far as what I bring to this band, my main influence would be like Slipknot, like Joey Jordison type. That's like my favorite type stuff to drum to. I honestly listen to a lot more like indie rock type stuff, so like Backseat Lovers, Peach Pit,
I like that.
Unknown Mortal Orchestra. Those are the ones I can think of right now, but.
No, that's sweet. I like the combination of music taste here. That's fine. All right. So besides current inspirations, what like flip the switch? What was your biggest childhood music inspiration?
The Wiggles.
I'm gonna start with you.
Definitely
I
the Wiggles.
told you.
I know. So me and Trevor used to have a band back in high school, and I kept trying to convince him to play Fruit Salad, Yummy Yummy. Do you remember this?
No. Really? No, I don't remember this.
Maybe you weren't there. There was one time with
No, you just wanted me to play
with Ty. I swear I tried to play that with Ty one time. I don't know. Maybe you weren't there that time, but yeah, Slipknot and Wiggles.
I was coming.
Yeah. David Gilmour, 100%. The Comfortably Numb solo at the end is what got me into guitar. For
that's
sure.
really valid.
Yeah. Such a good solo.
All right, biggest childhood.
First thing I can remember of me being like kind of interested in music, I grew up on country.
Interesting.
Yeah, you wouldn't
What a
expect
weird
that.
switch.
Yeah, I grew up like I legit used to think that was the only music that existed. I didn't realize like, oh, there's shit other than country. Because like, I grew up like, dude, like you go to King Super's, country's on. Like you go, because I was like in Firestone. There were only farmers back then in Firestone. Anyways, I remember I was sitting at my grandma's house watching TV, and it was Garth Brooks playing the Thunder Rolls, and I was watching him play guitar. I was like, how the fuck did they do that? And it had like this super dark energy to it that I really liked. So I think even since I was like a little tiny baby, I was like, I liked shit that was like kind of spooky and like made you feel uncomfortable. Anyways, that was the first thing I could think of.
Though.
Huh?
Hit it from your mom though. You listen to country like openly.
Oh,
and
yeah,
you go to her
yeah.
and be like, whoa.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, I got yelled at for like playing Slipknot all the time. So.
All right, biggest childhood influence.
My favorite band, it's been my favorite band since I was probably 5, is 311. 311 has been my favorite band for a long time, and
What's your favorite song?
God, that's really hard. My favorite album by them is Music. I have that album tattooed on my back. Kind of in that period, because my mom and dad both love that, and they're also like huge Rush fans, and so they make me listen to Rush growing up, and I do like Rush, but it's not my thing. But I remember me and my dad, I grew up in Germany, and we would go like driving through the countrysides, and we would listen to...
Wait, you grew up in Germany?
I did.
Where in Germany?
In the Wiesbaden area. I lived in Wiesbaden for about 4 years, and then I lived in Sembach, which is near the French border, for about 4 or 5 years.
Wow.
But I remember when we would go on drives, my mom and I would listen to 311, and my dad and I would listen to like Black Sabbath and Baroness. Because
Baroness is good.
Yeah, my dad's into like heavy music. He likes more proggy stuff than I do at this point, because I just listen to a lot more like metalcore and hardcore. But he's definitely into heavy music. And honestly, if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be into this, because my mom hates anything with screaming. Which, like, I'm not saying Sabbath or even Baroness have screaming, but like he kind of introduced me to that, and my mom would have said.
Do you want to go on a tour? Do you want to like spread your music elsewhere? What's the plan? What's the projection for Gaunt?
We'd love to go on tour, but we just got to get more shows here under our belt first.
Yeah.
We need a solid recorded demo,
Yeah.
some recognition, and then
You definitely need some music out there. I want to see some music.
and then maybe like a tour to promote the album if that is the case. You know.
Yeah,
at the
I mean,
time.
I
But first
think-
a good demo.
I think that
Music videos.
we agree among all of us that if it is a possibility, music is what we want to do. I mean, I don't, even if I got a nice cushy job out of college, I don't think that would be being on the road and playing music to people. I think that's
It's not the same.
that's the sickest thing ever, I think, because you're doing something that's just that fun, and it's so cool. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, this is Gaunt, and thank you for enjoying this interview and being here for us. Special thanks to Gaunt for letting us crash our band practice. Thank you, guys.